Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, let's talk about the further concepts for the technical round. So if you are new to the channel, subscribe to my channel. So I have added the previous one video. Please watch this particular video. So you can watch the upcoming videos in this particular playlist. So in my previous video, we have talked about object-oriented programming, like what exactly the questions might arise from the particular interviewer. So we have gone to the topics of classes, objects, access modifiers, getters, setters in my previous video. So along that I have taught you about the constructors. So in this video, let's move on to the further topic. So that is nothing but an inheritance. So what is an inheritance in Java? So let it be in Java or Python, any programming language. Inheritance in something like you might have heard the people saying your nose is similar to like your father or a mother. So that means you are inherited few properties of your parents. So that is there inside you. So that is nothing but an inherited. So whatever the properties we are inheriting from the parent to the child. So it is nothing but an inheritance. Okay. Same phenomena also will apply for the programming that I have written over here. And in the Java, one class can easily inherit attributes and method from the some other class. That means, so we have a class A and we have few of the methods. But I am inheriting the class A inside the class B by using a keyword extends. That means I am inheriting all the properties of the class A. So it is what it is mean. And inheritance is used to borrow the properties and method from an existing class. So whichever it has been extended. Okay. So the inheritance help us to create classes based on the existing classes. Which increases the code reusability. Suppose there is a one method inside a class A. I don't want to create n number of times the same method in my class B, class C, as well as a class D. So rather than that, I will inherit the properties of the particular class, that is nothing but a super class, and I will be using that particular property. So where our code reusability concepts comes into the picture. So then we'll be seeing with an example over here. So you see here we have a phone over here. So like phones, we have the smartphones, we have an Android mobile, and we have an iOS, and just normally buttons. So these all the same that all nothing but a smartphones. Like smartphones is nothing but an Android one, and a few of the other phones also is there which is not in smartphones. But all these things will be including in the part of a phone itself. So few of all the properties are there, like few of the properties will be same, like calling, and we are receiving the particular call, and the particular contact list. All those things will be the similar in all the particular phones. So basically the phone will be acting as a super class over here, and all those smartphones will be acting as in subclasses. That is one of the best example. And same way for the vehicles. So vehicles, we have this is a super class. The vehicle will be the super class, and the car as well as a truck, these all will be having come under in the class of a subclasses. So these are all the inherited particular properties. Same for the animals. So dog is one particular thing, and the particular cat is one particular animal. So but the animal will be the what super class, and the dogs, cat, lion, tiger, these all things will become under the subclasses. So we'll be see, this is how the flow works for the inheritance. We have a super class, and all the properties we are extending from the super class, that will be coming under to the subclass. Okay, subclass will be the extended, that is nothing but our super class. And one thing, key extends. What is the extends in inheritance? The extends is a keyword is used to inherit a subclass from the particular superclass. So we'll come with the code, and we'll be saying with an example over here. So here you see we have a class that is nothing but a car. Okay, we have a class that is nothing but a car. Here we are defining the two particular fields that we have made as a public string car brand and the car name. So this car brand will be there, as well as a car name will be there. This is all the things which will be present inside the particular car. And we have created the method over here, that is nothing but a get car details. What it does means it will print what is the car brand and what is the car name. So this is single inside. This is a thing like this is your parent class. Okay, this is our super class, that is a parent class. And we are having a constructor also over here, that is nothing but it is a default constructor we have declared as same as a class name, as you know. Then same way we are doing one more, we are creating one public car over here which accepts this is also one constructor. This is also one particular constructor. This is a default constructor without parameter. This is a constructor with the parameters. This I have taught you in my previous video how the constructor works. Then here it takes a two argument, it is a brand as well as a name. It will set the particular property and it will just print the particular, I am a car constructor, the car name as well as a car brand name, it will just going to print. So this is our one particular class. So from here to here is nothing but our one particular class. So this is our one parent class. Done. Now coming to the concept of the inheritance. Now I want to create a one more class that it should take all these properties inside my particular subclasses. So what is I am doing for the car? I am just creating one particular parent child particular class, that is the name I am giving as a sub car. That is nothing but a subclass. So this is a subclass and we are using a keyword that is extends, so that I can iterate all the properties of the car, so that I am just defining over here. So this is how the particular syntax works, like class, the subclass name, and extends the parent class name. So there the parent class name or a super class name is nothing but our car, and whatever the subcar is there, this is a new class which we are going to create by inheriting the properties of this particular parent class, that is car. Okay, fine then. So then here we are defining one more particular field, that is we are making as a public, that is public int car model. This is one particular field and we are creating one particular constructor for it. We are defining one particular constructor, that is a subcar, which is going to print this kind of thing. I am a subcar default constructor. It is going to print like this. Then same as well, this is one particular without parameter constructor, and along with one particular parameter constructor we are defining. So what it does means it will take a brand, it will take the name, and it will take the what is the car model. So it will just take the what is the car model over here. Okay, so whatever the car model will be there, it will just set it over here. And whatever the here basically you see one thing, we are using one property, that is a super keyword. I am using it over here. I'll tell what is this super keyword. It is inheriting the properties of brand as well as a name. When I'm using a class super, it is looking onto the super class over here. So whatever the properties is being set to the car brand as well as a car name, at the defining and constructor, you can see the car brand as well as a car name, the things is going to set over here. The same properties is going to set to this particular subclass also, the super brand as well as a name. That means I am just giving an argument of a car model. I am just giving a car model. The remaining two properties you can just take it from the parent class which has been set. Okay, then it is going to print I am a car constructor, the car brand is brand, and the car name is car name. It is going to print over here, so at the parent class. But here it will just print the car model also inside my super class, inside my subclass. Okay, so these are two classes we have created. So almost all that is little bit confusing, don't get confused. Just I am inheriting all the properties of car to the subcar. So for the super keyword I'll explain you quite clearly in a few minutes, so just wait and watch. So here this is the thing we have done now. So done. So I am just creating one particular object. So see, I am creating one particular object, that is my car. So for this particular class car, I am creating one object that is nothing but a my car. So let's do this much and run the program. Let's see what is the output I am going to see. So when I run this my car, so you can see as there is a default constructor inside the car. So that default constructor is going to work, because you can see here inside the car I have a car constructor. So whenever I create an object to a car, the constructor is going to work. You can see, okay, it is just running my previous example. I'll just right click. So I'll just right click, sorry, I'll run this kind of program. I will just run the oops file.min file. So when I run this particular program, this file will just run. So you can see I am a car constructor. I am a car default constructor. It is going to print over. It is printing me, because whenever I am creating an object, as I said in my previous video, the default constructor is going to work. This is the thing, it is just working it. Fine, we have created one particular thing. Now I want to print system.out.println, and it is going to print. I'm just telling what this particular objects I want to get the particular car details here. So this particular objects I need to get the particular car details. So where is the car details? So here you see get car details is there. So here it is a get car details is there. Fine, but I have not set the particular values to it. So it is giving me into the red mark. That means it is saying me here you see inside my get car details, where is it here? It is taking the car brand as well as it is taking a car name, but I have not set it. So before calling the particular get details, I need to set the particular properties. So I'll just keep as the comment out. So I'll just comment this one. So now this is a parent class, that is nothing but a super class. So now I want to print I want to create an object for the subclass also, that is nothing but a my child class, I want to create an object. So that I am just creating subcar is equal to my car sub. I am just giving as the object name. I am using a new keyword and I'm just calling the child class. So I'll just run the program now again. So when I run the program, the first thing when it is creating a my car thing, it should call the car constructor. When it is creating the subcar particular object, it should call the subcar constructor. You can see I am a default constructor is going to print for what? It is just printing for this particular line of code. For the 41st line, and the object is going to create, it is just printing the constructor, because whenever a class is being created, the constructor is going to call defaultly. Second time, when I'm creating an object for the child class, when I'm creating a object for the child class, so what it is doing here is, before running the subcar constructor, before running the particular subcar constructor, as it is extended by the parent class, that is nothing but a car, it is going to run this constructor first, then after that it is going to run this constructor. Okay, so that is what the thing is happening. As if I run the program, you see I am getting two times as it is coming from the parent class constructor, and these two lines are coming from the child class. So as child class is extended by the parents, so first whatever the constructor is present inside my parent, that is a car parent, it is going to print I am a car default constructor. Then it is coming to the child class and it is just printing whatever the constructor has been defined over inside my subclass. It is how the inheritance works. Okay, and even the constructor inside the inheritance works. So two topics I am teaching in this particular program. So now I'll be setting one now. So I am saying, so whatever the my car is there, so I'll just comment these two lines of code. I'll just comment these two lines of code. So I hope you have understood how the constructor is coming inside the inheritance. Now I am saying for the parent class, so this is my parent class car. So for here I'm just creating one object, my car. I'm saying new car. I'm setting it values over here. I'm setting an values that is a Maruti as well as an Alto. So when it is being set, it is not going to call the default constructor. No, it is going to call the parameterized constructor, which I am passing the parameters, that is a brand as well as a name. So when I'm passing the Maruti and Alto, so Maruti will be set in as a brand and Alto is going to set as a name. It is going to use this keyword. So for this particular object, it is setting the particular value. Then it is just printing this line. I am a car constructor. The car brand is car brand, as well as the car name is going to print as a car name, whichever I have been set. So you can see if I run the program, it has been going to print. If I just run it, so you can see I will be getting, so it is not going to print the above one. So it is just going to print I am a car constructor and the car brand is, you can see here, I am a car constructor, the car brand is Maruti and the car name is Alto. So now it is taking the parameter constructor inside my thing. So now this is just the constructor things. Now if I just tell my car dot get details, now I am saying I want to get the particular car details now. So you can see car details, right? So here is the car. So this is the function it is going to run. It will be like car brand is car brand and the car name is car name, it is going to print. So whatever the brand is Maruti and the brand is Alto, it is going to print. So if I just run the program again, so first it is going to run the particular constructor. So after the constructor is being run, it is just going to give you the details of the car which has been set as a Maruti as well as an Alto. You can see first it is running the constructor, second time it is just printing car brand is Maruti and the car name is Alto. So it is just for the parent class. I am just printing the values for the parent class. Now coming back to the concepts of the inheritance, now you see, so I'll just comment this line of code. So I'll just set here like this. I'll just uncomment this line now. Sorry. So now I'll just uncomment this line of code. So you can see now I am creating an object for the child class which is inherited by the car parent. So here what I'll do, so I'll set the new car here. I'll just tell my subcar is equal to new subcar. I'm just creating a property. Here I'll say brand, I am passing it. I am passing the Alto and I am passing the car model. So then after passing the three values, it is going to print this subcar over here. It is just passing these values over here. It is just going to set brand, name as well as a car model. And if I just tell my subcar dot get details, it is going to print this line of code. So whatever the constructor has been defined, it is just printing this line of code. I am a subcar constructor, the car brand is car brand and the car name is car name as well as the model is model. So it is quite simple. So if I just save this program and if I just run, you will be able to see the car name is sorry. So if I just run the particular program, so it is just running. Okay, so it will just print what is the brand name and what is the, see, it is just printing these lines of code. It is first telling why it is, how the things working. I am just tell you right now. See here, so where it is went. So I'll just run once again. So see, whenever it has been run, it is telling me I am a car constructor and the car brand is Maruti, name that is a brand is Maruti, and the car name is Alto. That means first it is, so I'll just slide little bit down here. So see here, for how it is works means, so whenever I am creating an object, so brand Maruti and the name Alto is going to set for the super class. So first it is going to set for the particular super class. So this is the super class, is nothing but a parent class over here. Okay, so it is just setting the values for this, and it is going to print the car name is car brand and the car name is car name. You can see first it is going to run the particular car constructor, and the car brand is Maruti and the car name is Alto. So sorry, not here. So it is just setting the particular constructor value. First it is setting for the parent values. Okay, done. So then it is coming back to here. So it is just coming back to this particular constructor. It is telling the I am the subcar constructor. You can see I am the subcar constructor. The car brand it is going to print, and the car model name it is going to print, and the car name it is going to print. So once after calling the constructors, first it is going to call what? First it is going to call the parent constructor. First it is going to call the particular parent constructor, that is nothing but a car. Okay, where it is been provided by the two values, it is going to call that particular constructor. Then it is going to call the subcar constructor. This is the constructor of the subcar it is going to call. Then after calling these two things, when I am creating an object, so at the when the 46th line of code executes in the program of the Java compiler, so these two lines is going to print, because whenever it sees a new keyword, it is going to check for the constructor whether it is present. If it's present, if its values are matching, if the parameters are matching, it is going to call the constructor, and it is going to call the subclass constructor. So these are the two things has been happening at the 46th line. Then 47th line, when I'm saying my car dot get car details, what it is doing, it is just creating car brand is Maruti and the name is Alto. So it is just telling car brand is Maruti and the car name is Alto. So where is it? So here you see, in the subclass I don't have a property, that is nothing but a get car details method. I don't have. You can see I have just a two constructor. The one constructor is without parameter and the second constructor is with parameter, but I don't have the get car details where inside my child class, but it is present inside my parent class. It is present inside my parent class. So when the property is when the particular method is not present inside the child class, it will just go to the parent class and it will check whether the property is present or not. If it is present, it is going to print the same thing. You can see the car name is car brand. You can see the car brand is Maruti and the car name is car name. It is going to print as a name as an Alto. So like this the program is work. That means suppose it is like it is not having the particular property, it is borrowing from the particular father. So that father is nothing but a parent over here, that is a car. It is just taking the method of it and it is going to print. Suppose what if the thing is present? Suppose if I just copy this line of code, I'll just copy this one, same thing, I'll just put it over inside my child class. I'll just put it over here. Now the things work. Now the things will be there different. Now say I'm just calling here public void get car details. So here what I'll do along with this one, so what I'll do here is I'll just say here as okay. So now here I'll just add a few of the properties. I'll just tell here plus. So I'll just tell plus operator. Here I want to print the particular model name. I'll just tell car model. Okay. So CAR MODEL model. Okay. So I'm just passing the car model over here. So something is going wrong here. So what is the thing is okay, I need to, so here it is 0, it is being printed. Okay, so now you see, so this is the thing I have been added now. So if I just save the program, now there is a get car details method inside my child class also, and it is present inside my parent class also. It is present in the both the thing. So now which particular method is going to take by my object? So it is an object of the child class. So if I run the program, obviously it will be taking the particular get car details of this particular method which is present inside the subclass. So it is not going to take the method from the particular parent class. Okay, because it has already a particular function. You can see car brand is Maruti, name is Alto, and 2018 is also been printed, the model is also been printed, because the particular method is present inside the child class. So it is not borrowing the particular method from the parent class, it is not inheriting the properties. Suppose it was not there, it was going to inherit the properties of the parent. So like this the things works. Okay, so like this the particular things work. I hope you have understood how the inheritance along with the constructor I have explained you, and like how the constructor, which constructor is going to print first, and even you have understood what is this super. So whenever the super method is been called, it is just calling the constructor of the parent class. That is all the thing is going on. So suppose if I tell you with the normal example, so I am there, my father is there. So if I have someone ask me the money of 100 rupee, so if I have the 100 rupee, I'll be giving from my hand. If I don't have, I'll be taking from my father and I'll be giving to that particular person. So like that, if I have, I'll be giving. If I don't have, I'll take from my father and I'll be giving the particular amount to that particular person. That means same way here also, if the property is present inside the child class, it is going to take. If it's not present, it is taking from the parent class. So that is nothing but a concept of inheritance, like that. And all the properties of my parents is having to me, like it might be a color, it might be a nose of mine, it might be a shape, anything. So few of the properties inherited from my parents, from my father and mother, but my property is not going to take by my parents. What all the properties I have, suppose I am tall, or suppose I am a little bit fat, so this property is not coming, this property is not going to the parent, it is not going to happen reverse, right? So whatever their property is there, I'll be getting it. My property is not going to for them, because so like the same way the inheritance also works. So whatever the, suppose here I'll just create one more method. I'll just tell public, I'll just tell public GB. So okay, I'll just tell call the public GB. So here what it does means it will just tell SOUT south. So I'll just tell, it will just print I am sub. Okay, so it will be just having a I am a sub. So what I'll just return this particular as a void. Okay, so I'll just tell public void GB over here. So I'm just telling public void GB. Same way, so now I'll just create a particular car. So I'll just create a parent class. I'll just tell object obj1 is equal to new car. Okay, I'll just create one particular object. So I have created one car object. So for this particular object, whether I can access this particular method GB, I cannot access this, because it is, so this particular child class is extended by the parent, but my parent class is not depending upon the child class. So if it's there, it will be giving me the particular method, output, all those things, but it is not going to look onto the child class, and it is not going to run the function of it, because it is not having that access. Okay, so if I see, if I just tell obj1 dot, so you can see I am having this thing, but I am not able to see. If I just tell I want to call this function GB, so if I want to just call this function, I'll just tell obj GB. So you can see I'm getting as a red mark over here. You can see I'm just getting as a red mark over here. So you can see I'm getting as a red mark. That means it is telling me what? It is just telling me you cannot do like this. You cannot inherit the particular methods of a child class, because you are not having the access. But child can access all the properties and fields of the parent class, but the parent class not have rights to access the properties or the methods or the fields from the child class. So this is how the concepts of inheritance works inside any programming language. Even it is same like inside my Java or Python, all those things. Okay, so this is how the things works. So I hope you have understood over here. So with this, so I can see the class name will be specifying, and whatever the super class will be there, will be explaining extending with the particular subclass. Okay, so I'll tell you one thing. So what is the design super keywords in Java? So already you know this is going to set the particular value. So what if you are not using the this? So see, this is a keyword in Java. This is a way for you to reference an object of the class which is being created or referenced. So that means, so see here, I am setting an values Maruti, Alto as well as 2018. So it will get to know that the object is created for this particular constructor, or it is going to set for this particular constructor. How it is going to know? Even same way, suppose I am just creating two things over here. So two objects. The my sub car is one object, and suppose this was one. If I just comment out this one, and if I just do this car like this comment, so see here we are having two objects, my car as well as a my sub car. So here I am setting a value, here also I am setting a value, right? So how the constructor is going to know, so for which object which values has been set, to not provide the confusion between the objects. So we are using this keyword over here. So when the values is been passed, for the particular constructor, it is just telling this dot car name, this dot car brand. That means for this particular object you need to set the value whichever I am getting from the particular object creation at the time of object creation. Same, that is why we are using this keyword, so that it should not be any conflict between the other objects. Okay, and this keyword eliminates the confusion between the parameters as I said, and the class attribute which having the same name. Okay, so see here, if I am having a class here, okay, in text we have, so we have one particular method that will return the value of x. Okay, that is nothing but a get x, the function name. So when I'm creating a constructor, so I'm saying ark int x, I'm providing a value to it. So I'm just providing a value to it. So when I'm providing a value, so what it does mean, it is just, if I just not use this keyword, I'm just telling whatever the value is being provided x for the constructor, just to tell x is equal to x. So when I'm creating an object obj1, I'm just passing the value of the 65. When I'm just tell obj1 dot get x, so when I'm just calling this get x function, it should return the value of x which I have been set to get ark constructor, that is x is equal to x. But it is not going to return the value. It got the confusion for which value it has been set, so it is giving the output as a 0. Okay, so if you are using a, so now what I am doing, so before we have done just x is equal to x. Now after to avoid this kind of errors, bugs, so we are saying this dot x is equal to x. That means for this particular object value of the x, set the particular value. Okay, so at that time, whenever I am just creating an object, the particular 65 value will go to this particular position, and whatever the 65 will be there, it will just set for this particular x value. When I am returning the particular get x value, when I am running the function of the get x, whatever the values is been set to the this dot x, it is going to return the particular value. When it is been, you can see I am just passing as a 65, the output will be getting as in 65, the value is been returning to the things over here. So it is what the thing does. And super, so what is the super keyword? You have understood with the program. It is a reference variable used to refer the immediate parent class object. That's what I said. When I am just calling as a super over here, so whatever the brand name as well as a brand as well as a name, the thing is been there, just I am passing to this value. So when I'm just running this line of code, when the 31 line code executed, the complete from the 16th to 20th line, the code will get executed by the Java compiler automatic, because it is going to call the constructor of the parent class. So whatever the values is be there, it is going to set over here, and I can just call the particular constructor of it. That is what the super things does. Okay, and it can be used to refer immediate parent class. That is what the immediate parent class instance value. It can be used to invoke the parent class methods. So even it can be used to invoke the parent class methods also. So that is what these keywords as well as the super keyword and the inheritance concepts, along with the inheritance with the constructors, without parameters and with the parameter constructors works. Okay, so if your interviewer is asking like explain with an example, you can just take this kind of example, like having a car and having a sub car with this particular properties method. You can explain them easily. Okay, so when you are explaining this kind, when you are just not reading an answers, just you are not beheading the answers, that doesn't work. They will ask how, so they won't ask you what is the inheritance and constructor. They'll tell how inheritance works with an constructor. Can you explain with an example? So you can take this kind of example and you can explain with the theoretical way, like suppose we are having two classes. I am inheriting the properties of a parent class. I can access all the properties of the parent class inside the child class, but I cannot access all the properties of the child class inside my parent class. So like this, with giving this kind of example, you can explain them. So if they ask you how the super keyword works, if they are asked how the super will work, you can say whenever I am calling the super keyword, so it will take the parent class and whatever the values is being set to the super keyword, so all the values is going to set for the parent class. So what first it is going to set for the parent class, then it is going to come to the subclass or property. So this is how the super keyword work. Super is just setting the values of a parent constructor, so with the like how many parameters is been specified, and we can invoke all the properties of the parent class. So that is why the super is been work. So like this you can explain to your interviewer. So like it will be, so they will be getting the confidence, like yes, exactly, you know the particular topics, how the things works. Okay, so like this the things will be okay. So then next we are coming to the next will be, I'll be saying you what is the method overloading and the method overriding in Java. So before going this one, I'll be saying you about the getters and setters. So I think I have left that particular topic, that is the getters and setters. So getters and setters, something like, so that is something like we are setting the particular properties, so for the objects. So see here, I'll just say you with an program. So here we have an program. So what is the getter setters? So it is just used to, what is meant by setter? Setter means setting the particular object value. Getter means getting the whatever the values is been set, we are getting the particular value for the, of the particular object. That is what a simple example, simple definition for that. So here we have a class employee. So here we are having a private integer value. So see, for the public directly we can set by using directly I can set the particular value, but I am using an particular field as a private. I need to use the properties of getters as well as in setters. So here you see private ID we have as well as a private name we have, that is a string we have. So what it does means public get ID will return the ID, and public void set ID will return what? Set ID. It will just set the ID and it is going to run the particular ID. So easily I can create a particular particular setters and getters when you are just creating a 2 lines of code. So when I am having a see ID we have as well as a name we have, if I want to set the particular getters and setters, easily I can do that one. So I think from okay, here you can see code we have, I have a option of generate, and I can just click on to the generate. Here somewhere it will be there, set if I just tell generate. So let's see, so I can see I'm having a getters and setters. So if I just click on to the getters and setters, you can see no fields with an argument is setters and getters. So directly I can set the value. You can see, suppose I'll remove these 2 lines of code. Now I'm just cutting this value, so I'll just remove this line of code, as even I am just removing this 2 line of code. Okay, so now I am having a private integer value, that is the int id as well as a string. So I want to create a setters and getters for that. So the matter is how you will be creating. So manually you can type also. So there is a very shortcut. So if I just click onto the code and if I just click onto the generate, so if I just tell I want to set the particular getters and setters, so when I click onto it, you can see it is just telling me you are having a 2 things. So I'll just select for the 2 things and I'll just click onto the OK. So when I click onto you can see it is been set. So for the particular ID, it is just created a getter. So get ID has been created automatic. So what it does mean, it will return the ID, and it has been created one more method, that is a set ID. So which take an ID as an attribute and it is going to set the particular ID value. Same this is done for the private integer value, that is ID. So next private string value, that is name. For the name also it does same thing. It will just get whatever, whenever you are calling a method get name, it is going to return the name. Whenever you are calling the function name to the set name with the parameter, it is just going to set the particular value. So it is how the setters works. So here you can see now I'm just creating an employee m. So my employee 1 is an object. So what I am doing, my employee 1 dot set ID. That means I am setting the particular ID value for the private integer. It has been set. Again I am saying my employee set name is equal to Anisur Rahman. Then I am saying I want to get the particular ID as well as I want to get the particular name. So get ID will return this particular value and the get, and whenever I am trying to print the get name, so whatever the get name is there, it is just returning the name. So when I run this particular program, you can see whatever the values is been set, the ID, set ID as well as the set name, the name and the ID is been set, that is going to return me back by the thing. So these 2 lines of code is setter, and these 2 lines of code is what? These 2 lines of code is what? The getter. So it is doing the get ID. You can see ID has been returning and get name is returning by Anisur Rahman. So it is have been used as a image out. So it is just going to print the particular values. Okay, so I hope you have understood the setters and getters very well. So if they have 100% question, they might ask what is the getters and setters. So you can just tell. So if the integer, suppose the methods are in a private field, suppose I want to set the particular suppose the particular values, so I'll be using a concept of an setters and a getters. So setter will be setting the particular property values and getter will be returning the whatever the values is being set, it is going to return it. As you can see how I have been created an object, set the values, and I have got the particular values of it. Okay, so this is how the setter and getters works. I hope you have understood nicely, then even you have understood the inheritance concept in this video. Okay, so the remaining concepts, so the next things, so this is all the basics of the object oriented programming. So we have completed almost the constructor, inheritance, class, objects, getters and setters. So the remaining concepts in my next video I'll be covering up, that is nothing but the important, very important topic, that is nothing but an abstraction. So abstraction is a very important topic which is 100% is going to ask, and we'll be seeing how the method overloading as well as overriding in Java, as well as interface, all those what are the left out things. So thank you for watching this video, guys. If you are new to the channel, subscribe to my channel. Please access the particular playlist. All the interview question technical related I'll be uploading in this particular video. So in this particular playlist, share with your friends, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.